So the very best answer would have been number 1.
The classrooms at Lindsay Unified School District may be empty, but the learning here never stopped during the pandemic.
Any questions about groups?
While other school districts in California took weeks in the spring of 2020 to figure out distance learning, Lindsay Unified was one of the few districts that was ready to go.
It took us about just a little over 24 hours to have everything switched over. And the only reason we weren't live that same day is because we were purchasing Zoom licenses.
On March 17th, we closed our facilities. And on March 18th, we reopened for learning. And that's essentially how it happened.
You might not expect this small, rural district to be at the forefront of technology. Lindsay is a town of about 10,000 people in the Central Valley, about an hour between Fresno and Bakersfield. But more than a decade ago, Lindsay Unified decided to embrace blended learning that happens both online and in person. The district installed community-wide Wi-Fi, so every student has free Wi-Fi at home. All students receive laptops or tablets, commonly called one-to-one technology. And everyone, from the teachers to the students, is well-versed on several online platforms.
I have been exposed to technology since as early I could say would be the 2nd grade. For our own personal laptops or devices was my 5th grade year. So when the pandemic hit, nothing really changed besides not being physically in class. All the work was still on our Empower. Everything was still there. We all had full access to our work. Pretty much the only difference was that we weren't coming to school.
I'm a diehard Lindsay person. I love the one-on-one. I love that we come from a small rural town, but the district has really given all learners exposure to technology, to programs.
It's not all easy, of course. Lorena says there are challenges to having 4 people in her home who are all trying to connect to work and school, while also carving out personal space. But on the bright side, Alexis is on track to finish both her senior year of high school and earned an Associates of Art degree from a local community college.
I was able to definitely move at my own pace. I was able to, finish my courses faster than most individuals are able to.
In Lindsay, it's not so much about how old you are or what grade you're in. In Lindsay, it's about where you are in the learning journey and what is it that you need for us as a system, as adults, as a community to provide for you so that you can be successful in your learning journey.
Another thing unique about Lindsay, students aren't called students. They're called learners. And teachers are called learning facilitators. It's a deliberate word choice that Lindsay officials say reflects the goal of this district.
The word student happens to be very passive. When you think of a student, you think of someone sitting in a chair and there's this person of authority giving them information. They're not actually doing anything. So we thought about what would make the kids that we are with every day have a more active role in their education, and so we changed our verbiage.
We emphasize the importance of education and that they're able to take control of their own learning.
Joel Martinez says this approach also helps him connect with his class on a more personal level. He sets aside time before and after his Zoom classes to check in with students, sometimes just chatting about the latest video games.
And the distance learning opportunities have been very, very positive for many learners and many families, but it's also been a major struggle, a debilitating struggle for many of our families, and I want to honor those families.
Despite the many challenges of distance learning, a surprising number of students and families in Lindsay responded to a survey saying they wanted to finish the 2021 school year online. Marla Ernest says that's an acknowledgement that their model is working, built upon years of training and technology. A model, she says, other districts can emulate.
I think if districts are not out there exploring all of the technology tools that are out there for education, they're really missing out on some opportunities, even when you're face-to-face. It's one of the things that made transitioning so easy for us. I was able to just go from this room to my dining room with no problem.
When every Lindsay learner leaves our system, we want them to be able to say to us, you gave me what I needed when I needed it. And so my advice for every other district out there is, are you giving your learners what they need and when they need it, no matter what, without any excuses?
Lindsay Unified's personalized learning model was recently cited in a report about restarting and reinventing school during COVID-19 and beyond. The report notes that the school district has had a 97% attendance rate over the past 5 years and a 94% graduation rate, well above the state average.